Party people in the place to be, live from 58 Dream Street. We're Jameson with Games. Happy Saturday, folks. And hello, BagOfMagicFood. Although your message did not last long on the screen, but I saw it during the starting soon. For anyone who's curious, BagOfMagicFood said, "Time to see how much Rocky can be corralled." British, welcome. I am very hopeful that I'm going to be victorious over Lolo here. Quick disclaimer at the start, folks. I had a gum graft on Monday of this week. And so, for one thing, if you're like, what's that stain on his face? No, that's a horrible bruise. Hey, Cedric, waffle syrup. Glad to have you all here to find out. Oh, man, it's awesome to have you all here. If I have indeed mentally cracked this and we actually beat the game, completely humiliating to have you all here. If it's another hour and 20 minutes of struggling and then going, oh, well, I got to go. I told Danielle I'd be done. But we'll see. So yeah, I had a gum graft, so my face is all messed up. But the bigger thing is that I'm trying to speak without moving the right side of my face too much, which is probably also going to make my voice sound silly at some time. So bear with me on that. So yeah, here we are. This is the second full stream dedicated to me trying to solve this one puzzle that I have already also dedicated an hour plus of the stream where I beat the other 4 castle puzzles. It's honestly, British, I'm recovering remarkably well, and I don't expect to have any complications. I better knock on wood after saying that. Hold on. Keep my wooden coasters here for just this reason. But yeah, like I thought, based on like everyone I told I was getting a gum graft was like, oh God, I'm so sorry. The worst pain you're ever going to experience. It's a terrible thing. Except for Rich, who, long story short, Rich went through a phase of having to have a lot of reconstructive surgery on his face. That's another story for another day. I should let Rich tell that if he ever wants to on the Frosthaven show. But he told me that of all the reconstructive facial surgeries he had, the least bothersome one was the gum graft. But otherwise, I got a lot of bad vibes about the gum graft. And I thought, well, I'm a tough guy, believe it or not. And I have a high pain tolerance. And I'm going to do just fine because I'm not as much of a baby as everyone else. But it turned out to be even better than that. I did just fine because there's something about my mouth. I just didn't feel any of it. Even like when they put the freezing needles in, there's a point the surgeon was like, all right, so that might have been a little uncomfortable, but the freezing should start to set in soon. And I was like, I'm sorry, hold on. Has there been a needle? He's like, yes, I did 5 needles just now in your gums and the roof of your mouth. Nothing. I have not taken any pain medication. Nothing. So the aesthetic disruption to my face and the frustration of trying to keep myself nourished when I can only eat food that I can chew, get into my mouth without opening it too much, and then chew exclusively on the left side. That's the most of my suffering. Yeah, it's great. I don't think that we should take it that I'm revealing what gum grafts are really like. I think I'm a weird edge case. But suffice to say, if you asked me and only me what's it like to get a gum graft, I would give you the probably terrible advice of it's nothing. Don't even worry. Don't even take the rest of the day off work. Okay, let's go. I gotta share. Hey, what's happened here? This isn't quite right-sized. There. That's better. Oof. To just continue expounding upon my dental privileges, like not reacting physically to a gum graft. Oh, folks, I'll turn the music down a little. I looked and saw the mixer. I was like, oh, this is just about as loud as my voice. I could live with that, but I bet others would find it more troublesome. But yeah, also, I don't have wisdom teeth. I was just born without them. Whoop. Turn this down a bit in my own ears. And here we are. Okay, so a little bit of narrative, because I've done a lot of thinking about this puzzle since the last time we played it back in 2024. So I was all stymied. In fact, the full trying to solve this puzzle, I'm not sure I even discovered one new thing. I felt like I had, 80% of the puzzle solved and just could not find that last 20%. General rule of thumb with puzzles, or any problem you're trying to solve, is if you think you're most of the way there and you just can't close that loop at a certain point, what you should actually be doing is questioning your initial assumptions. And so knowing that, I spent last weekend, Danielle and I's first breakfast out together of the new year, staring at my own phone at a screenshot of this stream and occasionally pressing play so I could remind myself where the shots were, and thinking, what could I do differently to accomplish the things I already know how to do in this puzzle? And here's what I came up with. I started thinking, well, I've been doing the whole rigmarole with this snaky and the framers with the goal of gaining access to this side of the screen at the start. And then from there, I have sent Rocky over here so that I can push him into the current and free this framer. And I started to think, well, hold on. Is there any way, is it conceivable that I could use this snaky to do the work over here before I even take him over? And I stared and I thought. And mainly, I had to think about this. Because this is where I can get the snaky to where I could maybe move him. Obviously here, I don't have a lot of options. And so I'm staring at the thing. I'm like, is it possible to free the snaky? And the answer is obviously yes. Because getting the snaky across here also involves freeing it. And this is, quadrisymmetrical. You could rotate this thing and it's still the same thing. So obviously you can free the snaky to any side. If I freed the snaky here, I could conceivably get it into this current. Maybe I will. Here's the thing though, Waffle Syrup. The very next step in my thinking was, that's conceivable. Rego Death, welcome. It's conceivable I could get the snaky down here, but it kind of seems like it would require almost perfect timing. But I said to myself, okay, assume that I could. Could I also, if I could do that, if that turns out to be possible, it must also be possible, because what I've been doing with this snaky to get him from here across here is first just getting him here and then using a whole other shot to push him across. But if I could do this thing with the snaky, I can get the snaky across here with only one shot. That buys me back a shot. Okay. And I looked and I was like, I think it's possible. And I thought about it a lot. And then I did something that I've not done before with any game that I've played on here. I did some test playing. Not to the extent that I've solved the puzzle, but literally just to see, is it possible to do these motions so that I'm not trying to learn that for sure in front of everybody. And it is, but it's very hard. So before I tell you any more, because I've had more thoughts and I think I have most of this done. In fact, you'll see I have more thoughts because I think I can just put this framer here. I think I'm just done with it already. And I'm going to move this here because ultimately I will have to. And now we might get to watch me struggle to do a movement perfect snaky execution for a full hour. It's entirely possible. Let's find it. I mean, this part's easy. This part's not. I haven't yet, although once I set a mid-puzzle save state to save myself tedious setup, once or twice in Lolo 3, I never used it. Maybe today is the day that breaks me, but I'll try not to. Okay, I gotta mentally review this. What is my plan? Egg, half push, come around here, 2 pushes, step down, step right, come up, around, push to here, go to the left of it, push to the right, go up to here, push down, come around here, boom, into the current. It is only possible to do this if you do not hesitate or make a single, even minor mistake. Pray for me. Here we go. So close, but you see what I mean? I got cocky because I had never made that particular mistake while testing it to make sure it was possible. So as soon as I got the snaky down there, I was like, I've done it on the first try. Everyone's going to be so proud of me. And I took my eye off the ball, but you see what I'm doing? And you see that it is viable. Why does this matter? Well, we'll have to get into that later. Wait a minute. Also, this was No, I can do this. I can put this here. That's okay. All right. That probably costs it. It's probably impossible now, but I'll try. Oh, okay. You do get a small amount of forgiveness. I've overstated how cruel the puzzle is. But only slightly. Now, what am I going to do next? I am going to move this thing up here some. And I need to stop and I need to think. BagOfMagicFood, remind me, is that one of the pre-Adventures of Lolo ones? Or is that the name of the later Windows one? Okay, I actually need to stop and I need to think a moment. I remember. Okay. Oh. Okay. Cool. You know, like, it's not like save states or rewinding, like, undermine even the spirit of the game, really. The spirit of the game is to solve puzzles. You know, I think the most famous modern game that obviously drew some inspiration from Lolo is, you know, Baba's You, which just has rewinding as a game feature. And yet, if I can not do it, I won't do it. Okay, now, the move, this is the second gotta be perfect maneuver. The move is to get Snaky down to here, or down to here, by going over, down to, bring back around, push this up and onto there, and then push the Snaky across and get across. Covering the spawn points, the Snaky comes back here like we were doing before, but only using a single shot. Can you do it on the first try? Now, let's find out. Holy shit, he can. Now. Revelation 2 was an idea that I said out loud last time and then said, but I can't see how this would benefit me. But once I reconceived the order I was doing things in, I was like, okay, so I never want to send Rocky over there. What am I doing? Where am I moving things? And I thought, you know what? There is a way to move this gull. I can see how to do it. It takes 3 shots. Or so I thought in the moment. Actually, it takes just 2. But why would this benefit me? And then I thought, well, if I get this gull out of here, my first thought was, and I've already covered that spawn point too, it would go, not to this one, because I'm going to have to block that one already, but it'll go to this one. And then immediately I realized I don't want him there. There's no framer I could pick up last, unless I had a shot left over, that would make it safe to have Gaul be here. So then I thought, what if I'm using this framer somewhere else, and the purpose of Gaul is to land here and occupy this spawn point so that I can get Rocky to respawn here. Remember, it's important to remember that I've been operating on the major assumption I've made, besides all my starting steps, was that there are, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, 5, and, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 6th gimmick respawn point. Because I knew we need Rocky here, because this Medusa needs to be blocked twice. There's not enough stuff that can do it. I can't get in there to push anything around. I need a guy who's just going to walk around in this little spot to block these things for me. So I thought, what if I put Gaul there? Fortunately, because I overthought this for a long time, we're not going to watch me struggle through that, because what I eventually realized is I got to get this heart framer last. And so if goals are here and here, I'm doomed. Unless I put a framer to block it. Wait, is that? Because I came up with an answer, but what was the answer? It was to put a framer to block it, I think. Well, we're going to find it. This might take a few tries. But here, the thing that I was doing before is definitely the thing to do. So that part's easy enough. Put the bridge down. Oh, here's what I think I came up with. I think. Thinking about this again. It's this. Putting this framer like this does a couple things for me. Blocks this gall if I do indeed need to get this thing last, but it also keeps this spawn point covered. Why is that important? Only so that this snaky can eventually be moved to here. The other thing that I think I realized is important is that I must now get this framer out of here. Do I need to use it for something? I can't remember. Yes, I do. I need to use it to do the gimmick with this snaky. But it has to be this one. This comes back to the gall thing. Uh-oh. Well, it's okay. I can save it. But, oh, you know what? Save it in the clumsiest way, just to be as secure as possible. Okay, so now, zap, zap, and we'll cover it. I'm excited to one day have finished Lolo 3 and then play all the other Eggerland games. No, that wasn't right. I fucked up. Okay. Not yet. I do eventually need to unblock that spot, but not yet. I got ahead of myself. Which is a bummer, because now I got to do the 2 challenging timing things again. But we shall persevere, my friends. Oh yeah, I got a Rego Death. It was an... I eventually do have to uncover the center, but I should not have done it yet. Lesson learned. Okay. Look at him go. Okay, and then bring this fella up like I did last time and do this part perfectly without error. I think I had a moment of hesitation, but it doesn't matter. There is a little bit of mercy. Okay. Keeping my head on straight and not screwing this part up. Oh, yes, I see what it is. What I have to do is I have to do the thing I said I was going to do with this. I'm going to have to free this one up to do the thing I did with this one down here, and this one is going to be the one I bring across. But we're back on track. How am I for time? I'm going to solve the puzzle. Or ruin my relationship trying. No, it's not going to ruin my relationship. Don't worry. Okay. And am I ready? Is this... Have I done it correctly? I believe so. Zap, zap. Okay. And now I can free this fella up. And he's going to go down here. And that's it. I have now locked in all the emerald framers to the left side to their final positions. Believe it or not. This is the one I'm going to get last. And when I get it, we will have one gall here spitting impotently into this framer, and one gull here who I can walk around. How am I going to get Gull over there? What's the move that I foresee? Rocky's going to help it. Yes, I did say your name, Rocky, but not just yet. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Wait, will I be grateful to myself later if I do anything else right now? Oh, it doesn't matter. Famous last words. But like I said, if I get desperate for time, I can start save stating. Because ultimately, this is about putting a solution together in your mind. But we bring Rocky up here. And then... Oh, wait! Damn it! I messed up. I let him slip away. For no reason. I had him. All I had to do was not do anything. Oh, and now I've got something in my eye. It's alright. I'm not even desperate enough to save state yet. Although I grow more desperate with every passing moment. Boom. How does he do it? Okay. And then... Arg! Okay. It's okay. I wonder, am I inspiring confidence right now that I'm actually going to solve this? Are we feeling bullish? Thank you, Waffle Syrup. I mean, I'm more there than it even seems like I am, because I'm messing up the things that I mean to do. I need to go wipe my eye, though. I don't know what the hell has gotten into my eye. But I'll be right back, gang. I'm not crying with frustration at this puzzle. Hang tight. I'll be right back with you. Back at it. Okay. Do I remember what I was doing? Yes. Okay. I'm not yet at the spot where if I get this right this time, I'm save state banking it, but I'm getting close. Okay. 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 And now just do everything else right and we'll be fine. But do I remember? Yes. Because this part's easy. Alright, while we're waiting, we can deal with this. Boom. Okay. Now, we need to get Rocky to move the Gull for us by blocking his respawn point, which Rocky is quite capable of doing. I don't fully... At least, I don't think I could verbally articulate the Rocky movement rules, but I think I understand them well enough that I know what I have to do. I just need to not actively undermine myself. Okay. Okay, close enough. And now Gaul is over there. Nice. Rocky departs. And now, I need to get the shots from here. But I'm done. Yeah. And then the most important questioning of an assumption turned out to not even be... Well, I mean, it was pretty important to realize I needed to start the puzzle separately. But suffice to say, final revelation. My ongoing 6th respawn point here assumption. Interesting. I don't know that part. I do know, like, and I don't know how to articulate it. I know the, like, when he's frozen, a half step gets him going again, which is how I intuitively knew how to get him unstuck from here and over to here. Okay. So, if Rocky is always going to take a right turn, I'll just let him go for the moment. My most fatally flawed assumption was this. It was the assumption that what I'm dealing with is a 6th respawn point to get Rocky down here. Even just looking at it, folks, can you see how foolish I was to have believed that in the first place and to have spent so much time trying to make it work? Because watch how I'm actually going to deal with Rocky here. Ta-da! Oh, even better. Jeez. I don't even need Rocky to block 2 spots for me. And then, I have 2 shots left. Hooray! Put that there. Snaky appears beside me. The only thing that can stop me now is if I fuck up the timing or if I forget to walk around this Gaul. I don't think it's really even possible for me to fuck either of those things up. Although the odds of it got way higher when I said those words out loud like a fool. Nope. Yes. Nope. Hold on. There. And then. It's just a victory lap now. There's no timing. There's no tricks. Done and dusted, baby. Oh yeah, luring him is also totally viable. I guess I could have completed it with one more shot. But anyway, there we go. Let's go fight the Great Demon King. Ah! I failed to dodge. That was embarrassing. I'm pretty sure I beat this on my first try. Yeah, right. Oh, man. I see what you're saying. Kind of embarrassing to have lost this twice. I'm not sure I lost this fight even once the first time I ever fought it. And I'm pretty sure I never got hit by a boss in my Lolo 3 playthrough either. I mean, I have in my entire life, but not in the recorded one. Boom, he doesn't even get to go in a giant egg. The lovers are reunited. We get an adorable kissing scene where Lolo was like, that's only a kiss on the cheek. And you like, you know, braved a mighty tower and then flew to a castle in the sky to save her. And she kissed him on the cheek and he's like, wow. Because Lolo is a hero. He wasn't doing it for a kiss. He was doing it because it's the right thing to do. We get a catchy end of the game song. Yeah, I gotta rethink the emotes, don't I? Which probably I can't do till this summer. 4 secret levels? Well, hold on, because I did not know there were secret levels, so I haven't experienced them in the international version either. How do I access these 4 secret levels? Because I definitely have time to mess around in secret levels. Oh. Easy peasy. Okay. Well, let's reset. And check them out. Maybe I'll even solve one. In the fullness of time, now that I know they exist, I will solve them all. I've heard this music before in my life, but not recently, because it's been many, many years since I've relied on the password system in this game. Okay. Ooh. Intriguing. I don't know if I've ever seen a Lolo puzzle where the hammers, where the special powers, I should just say, are active at the start. Okay. What's the gimmick? I mean, I can see the gimmick. The gimmick is that we're going to have to use that hammer to free the Dawn Medusa and not be immediately killed by the Dawn Medusa. But how? Oh. Okay. Yeah. And so, okay. This Medusa will definitely need to be blocked 3 times at least, and maybe 4. This Dawn Medusa, I think... I don't know. I mean, that's the hard part. I can't see any... Okay. Thinking about which one to smash is instructive. You pretty much have to smash and immediately step to safety. And what do I really have to work with? Oh, I have shots too. So there's probably a Gaul respawn gimmick, which I'm just going to immediately test. There is, but I don't understand it, unless it's a double, which I will now immediately test. Or it could be entirely a red herring. It's not. But what does that mean? What does it mean that we can put the Gaul up there? I mean, it breaks the puzzle. Yeah, could be a triple. Okay, for now, I guess... Okay, how much time do I have to mess with this thing? Like 20 minutes. But okay. I gotta know more about what I need the Medusa for. Or the goal. I need to know more, period. Okay. The only way I can approach the top right now and accomplish anything is from this side, where I can move this. There is no bringing of framers from the bottom to the top half. That's helpful. And pretty much feels like it's pretty much a given that I must use this to block the Medusa from the left. Because otherwise, how am I getting up here to do anything? Now, it surely does feel like I might as well test whether there is a third respawn gimmick. Because there's just enough space to try. Okay. And then... Well... Okay. What that does do is provide a thing that will stop Dawn Medusa's leftward motion. However... no matter what I do, I don't see how to get to the treasure chest in the way that I currently have the thing laid out. Oh, what if I was supposed to do a half push? Because there's yet another, yeah. Great minds, waffle syrup. There's a billion secret respawn points. Set those up for me right now. That seems overwhelmingly likely. So likely that I'm going to try to anticipate it. In a way that doesn't. Because I almost tried to anticipate it just now in the stupidest possible way. By walking directly under that under that regular Medusa and then shrieking like a little girl. Okay. Let's find it. Okay, that's blockable. I see what I can do there, obviously. Okay, this is fun. This is a pure troll level, but it's cute. I like it. Because this is not even about a half. This is about a 4 corners. Oh no. Okay. Okay, so no, it wasn't the bottom right. Because there's another useless spot to have this goal. How am I doing? We can keep messing with this. This is fun. I like this. Given how much of my life I've spent complaining vociferously, my adult life, complaining vociferously about Nintendo and HAL, why are they not still just churning out Lolo games? Make one every couple of years. Sell it for $20 on the eShop. I guarantee we can make money off this. Imagine how I'm gonna feel when I've actually done all the like extant Lolo. I suppose then it's when I start getting into community creations. My read on Lolo is that when he no longer has to push blocks around, not that he minds it that much, but if him and Lala could just go on a picnic and everybody didn't get turned to stone and nobody had to push any blocks, I feel like they'd be okay with that. Yeah, well, this one has exactly that feel because it's all about playing with you. Like, oh, you think you know how to cover respawn points? Okay. But how could I have done something about that? Yeah, we're not sure we can call him a man, because we don't know that much about the culture of Eggerland. He is affirmatively a male-coded blob. Maybe in the same way that, you know, some veterans wind up, you know, especially like special forces might wind up using their special training for non-military purposes. No, that'd be way too easy. But this is baffling to me. And like, what is the sand saying to me? Yeah. I mean, canonically, it does seem like Eggerland and Dreamland exist in the same universe. And as we learned in... The sand does not block the Medusa. Alas, no. What am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, the Kirby and the Forgotten Land revealed that the origin story of Dreamland is basically the exact same origin story as Bloodborne, as Yarnum. Hello, Stimpinski. You missed me solving the puzzle, but now I'm checking out one of the pro post-game levels. And I'm totally stymied. For the moment, at least. Yeah. Really not seeing... Okay, I mean, I do sort of see in the sense that it's like, how do we free up a framer from serving the purpose of blocking Medusa? And like, one answer would be to block her from the bottom and block that spawn point. Yeah, I didn't know before, but there's 4 that you access only with passwords. They're not like given to you as a post game. Like in Fire and Ice, which is a not nearly as good as Lolo, but still excellent NES puzzle game. I believe the answer is like somehow we gotta free up these framers, but how? Could it possibly involve a mechanic I haven't encountered yet? Well, this move seems constrained. There's no way to get that one first. Because to touch it is to die. At the hands of Dom Medusa. But then... like, easy enough to see how to use this to block that, but then what's blocking this originally? As well as this? It's gotta be this somehow, or it's gotta be this. But then how does this one? It would involve blocking Medusa up here, but how? Like you could use this to do that, except then how do you get it to here, where you also need it? That's a great question, BagOfMagicFood. And there's perhaps an ontological debate about history that we could have. Like, do the beasts on their own, do they generate history? Or do they just, maintain a continual present? Like I don't think that in our universe, I don't think the deer, like there's not deer history. I shouldn't say that. Maybe the deer care about their history. What do I know? I've never spoken to a deer. Okay. The part that gets me is that I could try to think my way around this part by being like, we'll do it later. Maybe the Gall's final respawn point is... well, really, the Gall's final respawn point is pretty much has to be this, right? Or... no, if it's this, I'm doomed. This is the only one I can see that would facilitate solving the puzzle. But... however to get him there. Are there going to be 2 more shots? That seems like a real maybe. Perhaps as my final act today, I can validate that. Or perhaps I can't. I gotta think of a way in the first place to get Dom Medusa out of there. Without being immediately killed. And the only one that seems obvious to me, I don't know. I guess it's putting this up there. Let's put it where we believe it needs to go. Or mostly where we think it needs to go. So that it's there. Oh wait, no, I can put it where I think it needs to go. And then I would free Dom Medusa and flee. No, can't just do that right away. Okay. Wait, there's a missing piece of my thinking, which is how do I get across here now? And I don't. And that's not going to work. But that's not a jump scare for me, at least. Is it not What if it's not a final spawn point? No, it's got to be a final spawn point. Because if he spawns here, he's not really doing anything for me. Okay. There's a ton to think about in this really cool puzzle, which I will do someday, but probably not the next time I play Lolo. All right, very short stream, but we're gonna sign off because, believe it or not, anyone who watches Friday Night Frosthaven, allegedly we're all hanging out with Robert, our friend who we sometimes say exists, but we can provide no evidence that he exists. Yeah, supposed to be going bowling tonight, so I gotta be ready to go, and we have company coming over here tomorrow, so I need to help prepare for that. And that's morning or brunch time company, except also because we're having brunch company in the early afternoon, I got to do the Disco Elysium stream. Anyway, it's all very busy. So we got to shut it down. Check it out. What's coming up down the pipeline tomorrow, early in the morning, at least for myself. Depends, time zones and such, how it will be perceived by you. We're going to play more Disco Elysium, which I'm having a great time with. Can I pass myself off as a race realist convincingly enough to make some horrible asshole help me get a corpse out of a tree so I can start my investigation like the terrible detective that I am? I don't know, but that's what we're going to try to do, among other things. I'm looking forward to it because I'm really digging that game. I've enjoyed every moment of it, even though I can't even get my investigation started. Then, I believe in my heart, this will actually happen this Wednesday. Greg and James Beat 'em Up will kick off 2025, finally. When Greg comes here and we play, among other things, Ninja Baseball Batman at long last. Guided by Voices isn't here right now, but I know you're excited, Guided by Voices, so shout out to you and your excitement to finally see Ninja Baseball Batman. I don't know when Friday Night Frosthaven is going to happen. It could be the Saturday night, next Saturday time slot, but we'll see. It's going to be very flexible because we don't need Rich to play. Rich got exhausted, but we still have a bit more to go. I think me and Greg are going to beat the depths of delirium, but we'll find out together. Hope you're looking forward to that. If I can grab some spare time, I might hop on and do something, but probably I can't. And then depending on where Greg and James, or not Greg and James, where Greg and James play Frosthaven next week, I will either probably do something on Friday or Saturday. But watch the schedule for that. And then, perhaps the more exciting thing is to say that if all goes according to plan, knocking on wood, 2 weeks hence, we will commence Adventures of Lolo 2 for the Famicom with a special guest host, myself, dressed as a girl. Gonna try this, my new infatuation with drag. See how I can mesh that with my love of streaming. So we'll be doing Jamie with games as I appear in the guise of the Professor, Jamie Rose. So I hope you're looking forward to that, because I certainly am. Both to play the game and to do a stupid voice while dressed as a girl. Yeah. That's where we are, and that's where we're going, team. So that's it. That's all. That's all there is. I'm going to have lots of time to chew on this, but someday I will try this one too. Again, and I'll solve it. Eventually I'll solve every Lolo puzzle, and then what'll be left? I'll crumble into dust immediately. I'll get the last jewel out of the treasure, and I'll vanish in a puff of smoke, just like the snakies and the medusas. All right, cool. If you stuck around to the end, thanks for sticking around to the end. If you came and you left, then you can't hear my voice. But I'm glad you stopped by anyway. So thanks for stopping by. And until the next time, when we're pushing those blocks or whatever else it is we turn out doing together, take care of yourselves and be kind to everyone you meet.